Hello there, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Vungo presenting you today top stories as usual.
Party Yarusi catering for Trump Chair Central Military Commission session. Ho Chi Minh City sales growth target of 7.5 to 8% for 2023. And later on, we are ready for year-end festival.
Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng, who is Secretary of the Central Military Commission, chaired the Commission's fifth session in Hanoi on December 19th to consider the approval of a report on the implementation of military and defense tasks in 2022 and orientations for 2023 and several draft resolutions.
The meeting approved the report with high consensus, with participants affirming that amidst complicated developments in the world situation, the Vietnam People's Army as a whole has always stayed united and ready for, as well as has fulfilled any assigned tasks. Party General Secretary Trong emphasized the importance of 2023 as the key year in implementing the resolutions of the 13th National Party Congress and the 11th Party Congress of the Army. He required the Central Military Commission and the Ministry of National Defense to focus on directing the entire Army to improve its research and forecasting capacity, to timely advise the party and state and promptly and effectively responding to any circumstances, to protect the independence, sovereignty, unification and territorial integrity of the fatherland.
Standing Vice Chairman of the National Assembly Trần Thanh Mẫn visited and congratulated Catholics in Da Nang City on December 19th on the occasion of the upcoming Christmas season and New Year.
Vice Chairman Mẫn visited the Da Nang Diocese and the Vietnam Christian Mission, wishing Bishop of the Da Nang Diocese Joseph Đặng Đức Ngân and other dignitaries and Catholics good health and a merry festival. Lauding their contributions to the fight against COVID-19 and the economic recovery, the official said the Diocese of Da Nang and local Catholics have played an important role in social activities, especially by supporting the elderly, persons with disabilities and orphans. For his part, Joseph Đặng Đức Ngân thanked the support of the party, National Assembly, state and front agencies and associations for the Catholic community and praised them for their leadership during the pandemic. On behalf of the party, National Assembly, government and leaders, Mẫn also extended wishes and regards to Pastor Nguyễn Quang Đức, head of the Vietnam Christian Mission, and dignitaries and followers, hailing their contributions to the national construction and development.
2022 is an important year for Vietnam and Cambodia, with a lot of activities held to mark the 55th founding anniversary of diplomatic ties, Cambodian ambassador to Vietnam, Jaina Vu, has said.
The ambassador highlighted a number of significant events in terms of diplomacy between the two countries in 2022, including an official visit to Cambodia by Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh in November. It was followed by a visit by National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ also in the month.
The visit of the Prime Minister of Vietnam to Cambodia, there's a lot of signing memorandum of understanding between the two countries. There are 11 documents were signed by both countries from almost every sector, as well as the visit of the chairman of the His Excellencies Vương Đình Huệ. Also, there's a lot of things that the both of the leader of the National Assembly of Cambodia and Vietnam.
Recalling Prime Minister Chin's official visit to Cambodia at the invitation of his counterpart, some dictator Hun Sen, the ambassador said the two leaders co-chaired a trade and investment promotion forum in Phnom Penh.
There's a lot of Vietnamese investors joined the event, and they are very happy, and they ask a lot of questions. And during the event, there's a lot of exchanging information about the investment law, Cambodian new investment law.
Another important milestone in the Vietnam-Cambodian Friendship Year 2022 was that Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen on June 20th arrived at the border area between the two countries to celebrate the 45th anniversary of his visit to Vietnam to seek the help of Vietnamese volunteer soldiers to liberate Cambodia from the Pol Pot genocidal regime. The Cambodian diplomat added that a solemn ceremony to celebrate the 55th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Vietnam and Cambodia was also held in Hanoi on June 24th with the participation of senior leaders of the two countries.
I still remember there's along the street in Hanoi, there's a very big flag, Cambodian flag and Vietnamese flag. And everyone travel within Hanoi during that day. You can see that the special day between us, Cambodia and Vietnam.
Efforts of the Cambodian and Vietnamese governments in controlling the COVID-19 pandemic have created favorable conditions for diplomatic activities and cultural exchanges, contributing to the success of the Vietnam-Cambodia Friendship Year 2022.
A ceremony was held by the Peace Committee of Kanagawa on December 18th to celebrate the 50th year since people of Japan's Kanagawa Prefecture blocked the transportation of tanks that the U.S. military intended to send to the battlefield in South Vietnam.
Participants recalled the years of fighting for peace and protesting the U.S. military's unjust war in Vietnam. In 1972, the authority and people of Yokohama city of Kanagawa gathered together to prevent the U.S. military from moving 5 M48 tanks from Sagamihara Logistics Warehouse to the port for transporting to the battlefield in Vietnam, on the grounds that they exceeded public road weight limits under Japanese laws. The U.S. military was forced to bring the tanks back to the warehouse and could not deliver them to Vietnam as planned.
More than 90% of charred fish available in the U.S. market comes from Vietnam, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
By the end of the third quarter, Vietnam's frozen fillets of trout fish exported to the U.S. increased by 19% in volume and 66% in value over the same period last year, the U.S. Department said. This was also the product with the highest growth in import price among seafood products bought by the U.S. in the first 3 quarters. The U.S. remains the largest market for Vietnamese seafood exports. In October, Vietnam's fishery products shipped to the country had earned $1.9 billion, up 15% year-on-year. The figures for trout fish alone were $491 million and 70% during the period. The U.S. Department of Agriculture plans to purchase 1.44 million pounds of catfish products serving food assistance for participants of the Build Back Better program. Trout fish, with a much lower price than the common level of catfish, has become an import priority of the department.
The Ho Chi Minh City People's Council has passed a resolution on socio-economic development task in 2023, aiming to achieve economic growth of between 7.5% to 8% next year.
The city also plans to ensure labour productivity growth of 7% and maintain the proportion of services in its economic structure at above 60%. It targets to disperse 95% of approved public investment capital and spend on average 1% of its GDP on science and technology. The southern largest economic hub also set a target to welcome 5 million foreign visitors and generate tourism revenue of $5 billion in 2023. In 2022, the city's economy is expected to grow by more than 9%, surpassing the set target of up to 6.5%.
The 2022 Korea Culture and Tourism Days has recently opened in Hanoi as part of activities to celebrate the 30th founding anniversary of diplomatic relations between Vietnam and the Republic of Korea.
The opening ceremony of the event held on December 17th at Dong Kinh Nghệ Thuật Square Part of the walking zones around Hoàn Kiếm Lake saw the participation of Republic of Korea Ambassador to Vietnam Oh Young-ju, head of the Korean Tourism Organization or KTO Kim Jung-sil, and representatives of Hanoi's agencies, among others. At the ceremony, KTO announced Korean Tourism Year 2023-2024. A total of 24 booths at the event provided people with information about the Korean culture, tourism, and people. Visitors had a chance to experience food, handicraft products, and traditional games of the Republic of Korea, as well as enjoy performances by Korean and Vietnamese artists.
Korean music and culture are really attractive, bring Korean and Vietnamese youngsters together.
I'm excited when I have a chance to learn more about the Korean culture, try the country's dishes, and Korean friends gifted me many presents. I love Korean people.
In the first 11 months of 2022, more than 160,000 Vietnamese tourists visited the Republic of Korea. More than 567,000 Korean tourists came to Vietnam, making the Republic of Korea continue to be the largest international visitor market to Vietnam.
Closing out the National Tourism Year 2022, Hoi An Ancient Town in Quảng Nam Province is set to host a range of unique cultural and tourism activities.
For the first time, the Ascent of Vietnamese Tea Festival will be held in Hoi An, bringing together a large number of tea researchers, artisans, and tea lovers from around the country. Taking place over 3 days from December 30th, the festival features interesting activities such as tea tasting and exchanging with artisans, tea poetry and photography, and a New Year's tea ceremony, among others. Spaces will be created for visitors to experience tea and meditation, royal tea, folk tea, Hanoi Tooth Party, and Southern Iced Tea.
We want to create spaces for tourists and residents to enjoy tea and tea culture. They can also enjoy gentle musical performances on street corners, featuring the zither, flute, and guitar.
Hoi An is also preparing products with messages on green tourism, such as artistic and creative broad, with a space for artworks made from recycled materials, and the Hoi An Marine Enrichment Installation Art Festival and Green Tourism Fair. All aims to inspire and raise awareness among the tourism community and visitors about sustainable tourism.
Products are the same as before, but have been renewed under criteria on environmental protection and waste reduction. Such products are encouraged, with a desire to create a green lifestyle and sustainable tourism industry.
In addition to new activities mentioned above, and a few traditional festivals that are trademarks of Hoi An will also be maintained, such as the Lantern Festival. This promises to offer visitors from near and far a great experience in the ancient town.
The 9th Đà Lạt Flower Festival has gotten underway in the Central Highlands province of Lâm Đồng.
The festival is part of activities to honor flower growers and promote unique tourism offerings of Đà Lạt, a popular resort town for both domestic and international visitors. With the theme, Đà Lạt, the city of 4 flower seasons, the festival will last until the end of December. It also features over 30 special art programs, most of which are free for participants. Situated on a plateau around 1,500 meters above sea level, Đà Lạt enjoys year-round cool weather that is in contrast to Vietnam's tropical climate. The city is one of Vietnam's biggest flower-growing regions, producing around 3 billion flowers every year. Đà Lạt has also been dubbed Little Paris, given its colonial standing as a summer hideout for French officials, who built villas on the hills to escape the heat and humidity of the lowlands.
And that's the end of our bulletin. Thank you for being here with us. We hope to see you again soon.